If I form my LLC in Wyoming, the IRS can't touch me, right? My peers said so. But here's the main idea that I want you to understand that where you file your LLC is a legal question. It's not a tax question. So what do I mean by that? By forming an LLC in the state of Wyoming, Delaware, Nevada, it can do Texas, right? Because these states are no income tax, right? You skip state taxes in those states, where just because you incorporate there doesn't mean you're done. When you file income taxes, filing income taxes is actually based on where the business operates, where you live, right? And it's where you generate income. Now, if you live in California, there's no way you can file it anywhere else you want. You still have to file taxes in California. So a lot of people have this idea that if I file my LLC in Wyoming, I'm going to escape all the taxes. Okay. So even though like maybe, you go to a conference and you see your friends who have a very similar business as yours, and they might have a different setup on their business, or they might have multiple businesses and they're set up saying, oh yeah, I'm not paying any tax. I'm set up in Wyoming. It could work for them. It doesn't mean it applies to you necessarily, right? Because the reality is that, Wyoming, Nevada, Delaware, they're asset protection states mostly, right? It's great for holding companies, for C corps, right? When you have, franchise tax exposure. But for most of you who have pass-through entities, what's a pass-through entity? A business that has, files as is a partnership, an S corp, or even a Schedule C, like a single member LLC, it's not going to work. So, be aware of this conversations that just because it works for somebody else, it might not work for you. So that's the typical response that I get. It's like filing your LLC in one state, legal. It's a completely legal question. And if you want to do it for specific reasons, you're going through a divorce, you have family members, you have partners, there's a million reasons why you would want to file in a specific state, right? That's a legal question. Where you get taxed is something what we call Nexus, right? So Nexus, what it means is that where do I live? Where do I generate my income? Which is really not the same thing. And Nexus really triggers tax filing. But for